I'm a little dizzy and I'm having hot flashes. Oh, and my shirt's on backwards. I've been avoiding this for a while, but I need to do another declutter. Since it's everyday May, I'm going to just go through this area because it's spring cleaning and I got to get my life in order. I survived the second dose. Barely. I'm also a little sore. I have a weird lump under here.
That's what I had.
And I'm a little dizzy and I'm having hot flashes. Oh, and my shirt's on backwards. Let me fix this. I'm just all sorts of like discombobulated. I'm literally having hot flashes. I'm like so hot. I'm having hot flashes and I'm slightly lightheaded, but we're gonna work out. We're just doing weights, right?
Yep.
Okay. Took a shower, did some work, ate some breakfast, and I wanted a coffee, so I ordered a Phil's coffee and a almond croissant because I am not feeling so great. I think I'm still just kind of loopy and lightheaded from the vaccine. I'm not in as much pain and I'm feeling so much better, but still feeling a little off, so I thought I would treat myself to Phil's and an almond croissant and then get back to work. Try to take advantage of the last couple days that we have our nanny before we have to find a new one. We've already started the search for a new one, but it's just like so hard because we were so lucky with our current one and I was very anxious and not in a great place, and the second she came into our lives, it was like day one I was like, when can she come back? She's amazing. She loves Lillian. She is so good with her. Lillian loves her, and she's just very gentle and sweet and just made our lives so easy, as well as I just trusted her immediately, and I trust her so much. So for someone who like had a lot of postpartum depression, anxiety, as well as normal mom guilt and normal mom anxiety and issues, like it just was the best thing that ever happened to us. So it's so hard to try and think like we have to go through this process again because I have all these feelings again. Like, I don't know, I've interviewed 2 people so far via video and I just don't know. They seem great, they seem capable, but you just don't know until they're with your baby and they're in your home and you see how they interact with you and the baby, and like you get that vibe, and it's just so hard because I don't want to change people up too much with Lillian. I'm just updating everybody on the nanny hunt and how like while we have some very capable candidates, I have all of those feelings I had before we found our current one.
Yeah, it's tough too, like because now we've had someone that's so ridiculously good. Like she's kind of the touchstone, she's the benchmark that everything will be measured against, and I don't know that anyone that we find is going to be as good as her.
I'm sure we will. It's just I also don't want to like, you know, we won't know until we try someone, do you know what I mean? And we might have to try a couple different people.
Yeah.
But the problem there is I don't want to keep introducing new people into Lillian's life either. Does that make sense?
Makes a
like
perfect amount of sense.
I want her to have consistency, and I think part of the reason she's been so, like Lillian's been developing so well and has such a sense of trust is because she's had consistency.
Yeah.
So anyways, obviously overthinking everything because we're new parents, but it is also like the safety and health and care of her child, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I am loopy still. Oh, I need to swing by Arthur's.
Okay.
Is that okay? I've been avoiding this for a while, but I need to do another declutter. So since it's everyday May, I'm going to just go through this area today and declutter everything, and then I have to go into my bathroom and all that stuff because it's spring cleaning and I got to get my life in order. It's just part of the job. Lots of things come in and it just piles up, and if I don't go through it, I never end up using everything. So let's get started. I feel like every time I do a declutter, I have to do a little bit of a disclaimer and let you know that this is my job. I have a beauty channel and a beauty blog, and I've been doing it for about 6 years now. So while I purchase a lot of products myself, I also am on a lot of PR lists. Now, over the years, I've managed to kind of find a happy medium in what I'll accept versus what I won't accept. I'm also not always accepting everything when it comes out or launches. I am particular in what I will try. If I don't think I'm going to be interested in testing it out, I most likely won't accept it. Something still gets sent to me without me knowing, and I do my best to go through everything. If I'm going to plan to make a video or do a review on it, I obviously will keep it. And if I don't love it, or I don't see myself using it beyond just testing for a video or a blog post or a review, I hand it off to someone who is going to get use out of it, or I try to dispose of it as hygienically as possible and as sustainably as possible. My job creates a lot of waste though. I do donate a lot. I also gift a lot, and I do a lot of giveaways over on my blog and my newsletter and on Instagram for that purpose. And part of the reason I declutter every so often is so that it helps me minimize how much stuff I just have piling up. This way things don't expire, hopefully, and they get used up by someone else, or someone else can enjoy it before it becomes rancid, because beauty products do go bad. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I've gotten so much better about hoarding and about just moving product through the house and through my life so that it's more efficient, it's better for everybody, and hopefully it's a little bit better on the environment. Sustainability is a touchy subject because there's no real solution right now for zero waste. There's no such thing as zero waste. We just have to all kind of be a little bit more mindful about it. So I do what I can, and obviously I have way more product than any one person should ever have at any given time, but because it is my job, I do have that stuff. Just like because Chris trains people, he has a lot more gym equipment than the average person. Or if you are a chef, you're gonna have a lot more cooking equipment and tools and food maybe, or spices lying around your kitchen than an average person. Just remember, it is my profession, and you guys really enjoy the declutter, so I'm going to share it with you guys. I have downsized significantly over the years, and I'm really proud of it. So I always like to keep everything very minimal here. Just on top of the table are things I'm currently using and testing out, and then in the drawers are things that I absolutely love, and anything that I haven't really touched in a while has to go to a new home. I find that this system is also the most efficient for me to remember to test out things. It gives me space for new products when they come out to be able to test and review and be more efficient about my job, as well as remind me of the things I love and kind of use it up. And if I don't love it that much, it's time to let it go. And if I just don't get to it, it's probably because my lifestyle's changed and I just don't use certain products as much anymore. Let's get started. This is garbage that I've just been hoarding. And this is a pile of baby clothes and maternity clothes that I have to list on my Poshmark. Let's just start with the drawers that I haven't looked at in a while because I've been avoiding it. This is all of my base products and concealers and powders. Really love my Chanel Les Beige, and Chris got this for me right when I found out I was pregnant, and it says it's good for, it doesn't actually tell me, but I feel like it's still good because it's an airless pump, and I really like this. And this is in the shade medium, which is my summer shade, so I'm going to keep this. This is a really great product that I reviewed and I really like it, but because I have this one, I think I'm going to let go of the L'Oreal Paradise one. Nothing wrong with it, I just think someone else can get use out of it and I can focus on using this one up. These Kosas skin tints are some of my favorites, but they've been around for a while and they're only really good for a year, and I've definitely had them way longer than that, so I have to let that go. This is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. This is a really lovely long wear matte foundation. I just don't see myself really wearing a matte foundation that often, especially as it becomes warmer. I just don't think I'm going to wear this, so I'm going to let that go. Elf Luminous Putty Primer is really nice. It reminds me a lot of the Silk the Silk Canvas primer from Tatcha, so I might keep this around a little bit longer. This Alima Pure Powder in Olive 1. It's a satin matte foundation. I've had it for so long, and it just, you know, I haven't reached for it because I haven't been reaching for a powder foundation, so I think I'm gonna let this go because I've had it for so long. This is the NARS Sheer Glow. I've had this for a while as well, but I think it's good for 2 years, so I'm going to keep it. One of my favorite foundations of all time. It's just such a good one. And I am in the shade Guadalupe. Here are 2 of my favorite foundations from Orsay. Now, I'm worried because this is only good for a year, and I've definitely had them longer, but they're so good. I think I'm gonna let them go and then probably get a new one, just because I'm a little bit worried about the oxidation of these, because they've been around for so long in my makeup drawer. I really like this NYX Bear With Me Tinted Skin Veil. It's really lovely. I just don't think I'm going to use it as much because I want to make sure I use up my favorites, which is going to be the Chanel one. But this is a really great affordable option, very similar to the L'Oreal Paradise Skin. So either one is good. This one has less fragrance. The L'Oreal one has definitely a lot more fragrance to it. Here is the Suntegrity Impeccable Skin Moisturizing Face Sunscreen. I bought this last summer. It's still good, but I don't like this one as much. I like the original one, so I'm gonna let this go. If you guys watched my video, you know I absolutely love the Thrive Cosmetics Buildable Blur CC Cream. Totally not the right shade. I have the shade Beige, which is way too dark for me. Absolutely love this so much, but I need a lighter shade, so I'm going to let this one go and then remind myself that when I use up more of my tinted stuff, I'm going to get the lighter shade in this. I have the All Nighter Urban Decay. I think this is probably still good. I feel like it is, it's only good for 6 months. I'm going to let that go. This is the Your Skin But Better Setting Spray 16 Hour. This is good for a year, so I think it's still good. I'm going to keep that. And then these are my NARS, they're the, what are these called? Tinted Glow Boosters. So I really love the look of this. I just never use it. So I'm gonna let these go because I just feel like I never use them. And I love them. I love the concept of them. I just don't use them. So I'm gonna let them go. This powder foundation from Makeup Forever is so good. It's great for all skin types, especially dry skin types, but it's been around for a while, so I'm gonna let that go. This is the La Prairie Skin Caviar Powder Foundation. I really love this. It's also been over a year, and it says that it's only good for a year, so I'm gonna let this go as well. But it was really, really good. I have some of these Jouer powders. So I have the powder in medium, but I actually like the translucent one more, so I'm gonna let the medium one go and just keep the translucent one. Really like this for setting things. The Bite powder is good for a year. I've had it for a while. I think I'm gonna let this go, but I really liked it when I had it. It's the Light 2. Really beautiful finish. Here is the Kosas powder. So this is the one that I've been reaching for the most. I'm in between shades. This is in Comfy. I also have another one in the bathroom, so I'm going to keep this one because I wear it more. And then this is the Airbrush Flawless Finish. I just purchased this. It's one of my favorite powders from Charlotte Tilbury. It's just a really good powder, so I'm keeping that because it's brand new. This is the LYS translucent powder, which is also a pretty good powder, so I'm going to keep that. It's still pretty new. I have this mini Ilia powder. It's one of my favorite translucent powders of all time. It's a mini, so I'm going to keep that just in case I might need it for travel or whatever reason. This is the Lawless Seal the Deal Loose Setting Powder. I never really fully used it. I feel like it's a little powdery, but I'm going to give it another shot because I kind of forgot I had this. And then this is the Derma Blend Compact Setting Powder. I really like this one. It really does a nice job at setting everything. It's just a translucent. And then in here I have some concealers. So here's the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is a really good concealer, really affordable. I have the shade Light Sand. It's a little peachy, but it works really well under the eyes. So I'm going to keep this. I have my Clé de Peau concealer. This is just a good like stick concealer, so I will keep that. I still haven't gotten a chance to truly use this yet. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Liquid Concealer in Fair, so I should pull this out and try and test that. I love my Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS. This one I think is still good. It's starting to smell actually, so I'm gonna let this go. And then I have these from Pure. This is the Push Up 4-in-1 Sculpting Concealers. I like them. The shades just aren't correct for me, so I'm going to let them go. I have the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin in 03. I really like this. It's a very versatile product. You can use it as a concealer, a foundation, a mix-in. So I'm going to keep this around and try and use more of it because I haven't used much of it. And then I have these NARS soft matte concealers. These are absolutely awesome. I have the shade Medium 1 in Custard. I have the shade Light 2.5 in Creme Brulee, and then I have Candela Light 2.75. So Custard's kind of like the perfect all over my face, and then you can use these as like highlights even under the eyes, but I don't recommend these necessarily for under the eyes because they are a soft matte versus more of a radiance one, which I would prefer. So I'm going to clean this and put everything back in here that I'm keeping. Next drawer is really just my lips, and there's not much in here actually, so I don't think it'll be too difficult. So I have these Kosas Wet Jelly glosses. They're pretty old because they're from when they launched, and they're only good for 18 months. I love them to death, but I think I need to just replace them because they are getting kind of old and gross. So then I have these NARS, what do you call these? They're the Afterglow lip balms. These are awesome. I really love the sheer lip balminess of them. This one actually has SPF 10 too, which I didn't realize, and they're good for 2 years. So I think this one's still good, which I'm gonna keep because that's clear. And then this one's a lovely like Dolce Vita shade, and then this one is a beautiful coral shade in the shade Torrid. So I'm gonna keep these. They're perfect for like just on the go. And then I have these from City Beauty. I really love their lip glosses, but these shades aren't my favorite, so I'm gonna let those go. I don't really wear like glittery things, but I love Jouer. You guys know I love them. I just don't think this one is like my favorite, so I'm gonna let that go. I have the Lip Maximizer Hyaluronic Lip Plumper. This is from Dior. It's 012. I don't know. It still smells okay, so I think I'm gonna keep it. I have this little tiny Bobbi Brown gloss in Free Spirit. It smells okay, so I'm going to keep it because I really like this color actually. And then this is from Pixi by Petra, the Lip Lift Maximizer in Pink Ice. I really like just having a clear gloss option, and this one's pretty good, so I'm going to keep this one I think. This is one of my favorite products that Christine gave me, and I think I have to let it go because it's a couple years old now. I have to just buy a new one. This is from 3CE Velvet Lip Tint in Taupe. I have to just get a new one. Here's a lip gloss from Bite in Cider Donuts. I just think it's a little too glittery for me, so I'm gonna let that go. I bought this Fit Glow Beauty Beach Glow. I don't like the shade of this. I love the formula and the products. I just don't like the shade, so I'm gonna let that one go. I have these two from NARS. This is the Take Me Home, which is like a pretty rosy shade, and then I have the shade Radiant, I can't pronounce that, Rayati, which is like a beautiful neutral, so I'm going to keep both of these. I have this liquid lipstick from Chanel. I just keep it around because I bought it a while ago, I think I need to let this go at this point. It's so old. This is one of those lipsticks that you just kind of love. It's the perfect shade. It's Blushing Basin 501 from Burt's Bees. It's such the perfect nude, but I haven't worn it, so I'm gonna let that go. I have all of these lipsticks from the Morgan collection and VDL, and I love them, but they're, I want to say they're like a little bit over a year now. They still smell okay. I think I'm going to keep them because they say they're good for 2 years, so I'm going to keep these. I really loved them when they came out. I have to remember to wear lipstick. I just haven't really worn lipstick because, you know, we're all wearing masks for the last year and a half at this point. I have a bunch of lipsticks from Kosas. These are some of my favorite lipsticks. So Undone is probably one of my favorites. I've gone through 2 of these before, so I'm going to keep that as long as it still smells okay. I think it still smells okay. It actually doesn't smell like anything. And then this one is Rose Water, which is also a really pretty shade. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like a rosy color. And then I have this shade, which is in Thrillist. This one I'm probably not gonna wear. I don't really do a bold lip much, so I'm gonna let that go. And then this one is in Stardust, which I think is really close to Rose Water, so I'm gonna let that go. These two, I have Very Victoria, which I bought a while ago from Charlotte Tilbury. It's probably not that fresh anymore, but it doesn't smell, so I'm gonna keep it. And then this one is Amazing Grace. I keep this because of my mom. And it doesn't smell yet, so I'm gonna keep that. And then I have Terra. You know, I don't really go for this color anymore. It's a mini of the Jouer Liquid Lip. I also don't really wear liquid lip. Skinny Dip. I really love this topper, but I just haven't reached for it. And then Rendezvous. So I'm gonna get rid of those. And I have some fresh lippies. So I have Violet Fury, which I don't think I'm gonna wear, honestly. I think it's just not in the cards for me anytime soon. It's a really beautiful violet, but I'm going to probably let that one go. And then this Ilia Color Block lipstick in Cinnabar. This is like a fresh one because I absolutely love this lipstick. So it's brand new. I think I'm gonna keep this one. And then this is Wicked Ways from NARS. I'm gonna let that go because I have these 3 and I feel like these are gonna get worn more than this one, which is like more plummy. And then I have a Lip Fuel in Rush, which I don't really like cool pink, so I'm gonna let this go. I prefer Pulse and the clear one. So I'm just gonna wipe everything down and put everything back. I have a lot of space here, so I might put something back here or store stuff back there. This third drawer is really all of my lash extensions and extra lash things and tools, so I'm just going to go over it, but most of it I think I'm going to end up keeping. So I have a mirror that I love using for travel. This is from Simple Human, and they even engraved my initials there, so that's really nice. So this is something I need to test out. This is the Kiss Couture Extensions 3D faux lashes. It's like real extensions at home. I'm a little nervous, so I haven't done it yet. Here is a Duo lash adhesive, which I think is still good. I'm hoping it's still good because I think it's the only one I have. Then I have these My Lashes But Better from Kiss. These are really pretty. This is probably too dramatic for me, so I'm gonna let that one go. I have these Faux Mink Curated Collection. These look really fluffy, like almost too fluffy for me, so I think I'm gonna let that go. And then these are the So Wispies. I think I can make work. I have my Lashify lashes. These are all of my extra Gossomers. And then I have Kiss glue, which is very similar to the Eyelure glue that just came out. So these are eyeliners but glue. It makes applying the glue so much easier. I really appreciate that. See, these are the Eyelure versions. I have some extra mascara slash Saint colors, so I'm actually gonna put these somewhere else. And then I have my favorite Ardell accents in 318. This one's in 315. I have these. I think I'm gonna let that go. These are the Ardell Naturals. I'll probably wear those at some point. These Lash trios are really great, the individuals. These are the Eyelure versions of that. This is the Ardell Natural Pack. There's only one set left, and I actually don't really like these. And this is the magnetic version of the Ardell lashes. So I'm gonna keep that. And then I have a mirror from Glossier. I have an extra beauty blender in here. I have some extra puffs, my chargers for my mirror. I think it's from a mirror. I don't know what this charger is for, but this one is for my mirror, and this one's also for my mirror. So I don't think I need 2 chargers. I'm gonna get rid of one, keep one. I have some extra tweezers and scissors. I have some extra compartments of for concealer, for the Elate brow balm that I really love. So if I ever repurchase it, I already have the cases for that. I have another beauty blender backup. I have this little travel pouch for my beauty blender. I'm actually going to put these in my travel section so that it's not in here. And then, let's see. So I think that's it. Let me just walk. Oh, I have some of my Temp 2 items, colors, extras, and some extra puffs. So this is really just like extra stuff. Oh, and extra Kira Weiss compartments for blush as well as foundation. And I have some clips that I can use if I need to. Okay, so I'm gonna wipe this down. Okay, so this drawer I keep most of my eyeshadows, which I kind of just stopped wearing, but I love them. And then I keep all of my scent brushes, which these are some of my favorite brushes. They're super, super soft and work really, really well with the makeup. So these are staying. My Artiste brush is staying. So that's kind of just where I keep everything. And then I have some extra brushes. So that's staying there. I really love the Laura Lee Nudie Patootie shadows. I think it's a great shadow. So I'm going to keep these. And then this one is my favorite Charlotte Tilbury palette. It's limited edition, unfortunately. And then this one I purchased because I had loved the first one so much, but I did not reach for this one as much. But I'm going to keep them because I feel like if I do wear shadows, I will totally reach for that. This is the Natasha Denona shadow. This is really, really pretty as well, so I think I'm going to keep that for now. This one is from Ofra. This is very similar, I feel like, to the Natasha Denona one, so I'm going to let this one go. Also because I have been reaching for my Kevyn Aucoin shadow palette a lot. This is the Something Nude eyeshadow palette. Very, very beautiful. Urban Decay just hasn't really been drawing my attention lately, and this is like okay, but not, I don't know, like I don't think it's that special. It's pretty, but it's not that wearable, so I'm gonna let that go. We've got the Pure and Barbie. This one was a really beautiful palette. It's just limited edition, and I don't like to keep them too much if I don't absolutely like think it's absolutely amazing, because if I use it, you guys can't replicate it, so it just doesn't make sense. I have this Natasha Denona palette, which I absolutely love as well, and this is just so beautiful, so I'm going to keep that. This is the bronze palette that I bought. I have my Tati Beauty palette. This is one of my favorite palettes that she launched, and it's absolutely stunning and beautiful. I kind of hope she launches more, but I'm going to keep that. And that. So not too much is going away from here. I have the Golden Goddess from Charlotte Tilbury. I really like this color story, so I'm going to keep that. This is the Exaggerate Eyes. This is really pretty as well. This is Dolce Vita, one of my first Charlotte Tilbury palettes. This is not the first one though. And then I have the Nude Dip, which is so beautiful, from Tom Ford, so I'm keeping that. I have a lot of shadows that are very similar to this e.l.f. palette, so I'm gonna let that one go. Same with the Almay. These are great affordable options, but if you have like the bronze palette from Natasha Denona, there's no reason to keep these around. So then I also have this NARS palette, which is absolutely stunning, underrated, I feel like. This is the Skin Deep palette from NARS. So let's wipe that off a bit, give it a nice polish. Good as new. This is the one I've been reaching for the most, from Kevin Kwan. So wiping that off, put that down in here. And then here are all of my singles. So I have one eyeshadow primer. I don't use my eyeshadow primer that much. This is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in Jean, and it's their cream shadow. This is really pretty. I just don't really reach for it, so I'm gonna let that go. These Hourglass scattered lights are so gorgeous, but I never reach for them. I think I'm gonna try to. I absolutely love these Kosas ones, but they're only good for 18 months, and I've had them since they launched. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really ever reach for the plummy shades, even though I know they look pretty on my eyes. I really only reach for Copper Halo and Globe, and maybe Supreme, not really. So I'm going to let that one go, and then Element I'll keep. So I'm going to keep 3 of my Kosas ones for now, and then I might replace them. These are really stunning. These are the Powder Chrome Loose Eye Pigments from NARS, and some of the most pretty pigments. So I'm going to keep these because I just can't let these go. So gorgeous. This is one of my all-time favorites, New Moon from Chanel. I can't let that go. And this eyeshadow quad from Lipstick Bar is really beautiful. Shocking how great this little palette is. So I'm going to keep this. I'm actually going to move it into the palette section. And this is my Black Ebony Tight Line Cake Liner from Laura Mercier, one of my favorite like liquid liners. So I'm going to keep this, but this really should go in a separate section. I don't know why it's in my eyeshadows, but let's put that back. So those are all of my eyeshadows. This drawer over here is kind of like a hodgepodge of blushes and highlights and things like that. Let's go through these. This is a blush from Thrive Cosmetics. I just reviewed it. It's very pigmented and really lovely, so I'm going to keep that around for a while. Here's a cream blush from LYS, which I really like. This is in the shade Inspire. And then I have the shade Confidence. So these are really good, good colors. I'm going to keep that. This is the Samantha March highlight from Ofra, so I'm going to let this go because I haven't really reached for it. And this one is also from Samantha March. It's a blush and highlight, but I never reach for it, so I'm going to let that go. These are awesome. These are from Jamie Makeup. These are Blylighters, so really beautiful, creamy shade you can use all over the face. I really love the nude one. It's one of my favorite nude blushes. And then the pink one surprisingly works beautiful on me. Very rare to find a pink blush that looks good. I have all of these beautiful blushes from Alima Pure as well. These are the cream ones. So lovely shades. I'm going to keep these. I think they go on really, really lovely. They're just pigmented enough and blendable enough, but not super emollient, so they don't feel like they're slipping and sliding too much. So I'm going to keep these. I'm also just kind of a blush freak right now, so it's harder for me to let go of blushes. This is the NARS Super Radiant Booster. I really like this. A little goes a long way. It's only good for 12 months. I feel like there's so much product. Let me smell this. I feel like I can still get a little bit more out of this before it goes bad. This is the Iconic London Illuminator. Also really beautiful. I keep forgetting to use it though, so I need to pull that out. These are the Vanity Organics. These I really like. They're very similar to the RMS Beauty Living Luminizers, but I just don't reach for these as much anymore, so I think I'm gonna let them go. Then I have the NARS Iconic Glow Cheek Duo. So I like this because it has Orgasm plus Laguna bronzer. So I'm going to keep that. And then I have a bunch of these mascara slash Saint compacts. They're empty, so I am going to move them around. These are some of my favorites. These are the Jouer Blush and Bloom. So this one is a really beautiful neutral blush. This is in Uplift. So you've got Amuse Me and Uplift Me. So this is probably one I reach for quite a bit. And then we've got this one, which is Inspire Me, and then Empower Me on this end, a little bolder. And this one is in Celebrate Me, and then this one is in Promise Me. So again, a little bit slightly more mauve toned, but I love those. And then I have the Ilia Color Haze Multi-Pigment in Sing. I don't really reach for this that often, so I'm gonna let that go. This is the Be Lovely Divine Lip and Cheek. I think I'm also gonna let this go because I haven't used it in a really long time. This is the Oli Ioso number 10. I got this one because of Matilda, and I like it, but I feel like I don't know. I'm not crazy about it, and it smells funky, so I'm gonna let that go. This is the Beach Stick from Charlotte Tilbury. It's quite old, but it says it's good for 36 months. So I think I'm gonna keep this around because I like it. It's in the shade Formosa. Formentera, sorry. Don't know where I got Formosa. It's a really pretty shade. And then I have these Live Tinted from Deepika. I love this shade. This one's so beautiful. This one is in the shade Origin. And then there's this one in Found. I really like Found. It's a really beautiful like brownie shade. And then this one is in Rise, which is a gorgeous coral. So I love those from Deepika. And then I have a ginger blush from Laura Mercier. This is like the most perfect like no blush look. This is something I always have. This is the Laura Mercier Highlight in 01. Best highlight ever. I have Contra Chrome from Kosas, one of my favorite duos. I have Eighth Muse. This one I'm probably gonna let go of just because I don't reach for it that much. And this one is in Papaya, which is a really pretty like soft. So then I have the, oh no, this is like falling apart. This is the Jouer Blush Duo Cheeky Summer in Terra and Hot Coral. These These are so pretty. I don't think I have anything like this in a powder, so I'm gonna keep this around. Also love this from Pixi. It's the Pixi Glow Gilded Bear Glow. So gorgeous. One of my favorites. This I'm probably gonna let go of from Jouer, the Champagnes and Macaroons collection. And then we've got the Dior Contour palette, which I love, not letting that go. I have the bronzers from Jouer. This is Sunkissed in Sunset. Really like this. Probably my favorite highlight duo. It's Delicate Dew from Pixi, and this was thanks to Melissa Alatorre. I said her name a little strange just now. Sorry about that, Melissa. This is Citrine Highlight from Jouer, one of my favorites. This is probably the best like $4 you could spend from Essence. It's just absolutely beautiful. When you mess up your makeup, just rub this all over your face and you'll look fine. Then I have this highlight stick from Hourglass. This is in the shade Champagne Flash. I think I'm going to keep that for a little bit longer. Danessa Myricks the Contour. This is in medium 1, which I love. Here is a bronzer from LYS. So I like this, but I don't like it quite as much as some of my other bronzers, so I'm gonna let this go. And then this highlight from Dior, I just can't let it go because it's like my Dior highlight. And this is a bronzer I just absolutely love from Zuzu Luxe. I've had it for years. I can't let this go because it's like my favorite, and I still haven't even hit pan. So that's everything in this drawer that I'm keeping and letting go. Okay, so this is what my vanity kind of looks like right now. This is the stuff that I use day to day and I've been using for a while, and there's like random things that haven't even been opened that I need to test out. Makeup brushes I need to wash, and then there's also more products in my bathroom, and then there's this whole setup and situation here, so it's a mess. Gotta get started. I actually forgot about some of these lipsticks that I was keeping in these drawers, so I'm going to put them in the lipstick drawer. This is the NARS Audrey and NARS Mona. Really beautiful shades in their holiday packaging. And then this is in the shade Barbara, which I love. Really beautiful. It's their Audacious lipsticks in the gold packaging. So I'm going to put these with the other lippies. This I completely forgot about, Tower 28 in Cashew. Love this lip gloss. It's the Shine On Lip Jelly, and I just got it, so I'm going to put it here so I don't forget about it. I also got these moussey ones from Rare Beauty, Inspire, and Fearless. I wore Fearless quite a bit, so I love the way that these go on. I'm going to put these in the lip drawer as well. And so I've spent most of the day editing and decluttering, and now Lillian is awake from her last nap of the day, and our nanny is gone for the day. I will have to continue decluttering tomorrow. That's mommy's hydro flask. That's not your hydro flask. That's mommy's hydro flask, not yours. Chance, be good. Good boy. Good boy. Sit.
You can't spill the water.
Sit. Good boy. Easy. I know you're so excited she's on the ground with us. Easy. I know. You're being very good. Down. Ow. Down. This is why you have to stay away from her, because you're bigger than you realize. Down. No. Sit. Sit. Down. 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 Down.
Come here.
Not paw. No paw. Down. Good boy.
Come this way.